pals, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Stephanie. This is Nourished Soul with Stephanie, where we do healthy recipes, healing rituals, and home vlogs. I'm not gonna lie, it has been a little bit home vlog heavy as of late because I am just over 6 months pregnant. So for today's video, I thought that we could do something just for funsies and go over 10 to 20 of those old gender prediction wives' tales and see where we end up. You know, the things that are supposed to be able to help you predict your baby's gender? I feel like they had to have come from somewhere. So we're gonna go through, have a little fun today, make a little game of it. Some of them are really accurate, some of them are just silly and weird. So let's see who wins in terms of the old wives' tale gender predictions. Before we even begin, if you are just feeling the energy of this little one right here, if you're feeling the vibe and you're like, I already know that that's a girl or a boy, comment below. Otherwise, we will go through some of these predictors and keep a little bit of a tally, and you can make your guess whether it's a boy or a girl. And make sure you subscribe so that when I actually reveal the gender, you won't miss it. So here's how it's gonna work. I will go through each one and share my results. Actually, first things first, I'm going to quickly make an iced protein matcha latte. Then we'll begin. BRB. Okay, we've secured the goods. I promise I will show you how I make this. I just haven't really landed entirely on my favorite at-home recipe. So once I nail that, then I will absolutely share it. Let's just take a sip and see how this one is. It's always so close. Like this one now, could use maybe a little less protein powder because I don't really want the flavor of it, but a little more matcha so it's a little bit stronger. Anyway, it'll do, but I'm new to this, so I'm still working on it. But I will share once I nail it, I promise. Okay, now let's get started. I've pulled up a list here, and the first one says that if you are really nauseous throughout your pregnancy, there's a better chance that it's a girl. If you sort of breeze through it, there is more of a chance it's a boy. Personally, I would say I was not that nauseous. I was nauseous during the first trimester a little bit, but it wasn't anything extreme. I never threw up once this whole time. It was just sort of like once in a while, mild nausea. I could still get through my workday. It was manageable. So I would have to say that this is a point for the boy. Number 2, cravings. If you are craving sweet things, they say that is more likely girl. But if you are craving salty or sour, that is more boy. I don't feel like I had extreme cravings for anything, but I suppose that if I were to say something, it would be fresh fruit. Oh, just so refreshing. And I don't know if it's because I came from a background of doing keto and low carb for like 7 years that I didn't have that much fruit. So I just went crazy on it. And now that we're in summer with fresh, local, seasonal produce, peaches, I've had melons and berries, and I can't wait for the fall with apples, and oh my gosh, like, okay, so maybe I've been craving sweet things like that. So I would say fruit, but it's nothing like sugar, just fruit. My husband would argue first trimester I was craving chicken cutlets. like breaded chicken cutlet. Like, give me anything. Give me a fried chicken sandwich. Give me chicken fingers or chicken tenders. Give me a chicken parm or a chicken parm sandwich. Korean fried chicken. I really was loving the fried chicken. So that could argue like one of each, but I think that was more so during my aversion phase where it just sounded good to have a breaded chicken cutlet versus like actually craving it. It was more like, I don't want what we actually have planned for dinner. I just want that versus like, I have to have it. So all this being said, I'm giving this point to Team Girl because of the fruit. I'm kind of daydreaming about fresh fruit even right now. Okay, next one. The way in which you are carrying your bump. And this is something that I always thought was just true. Of all the wives' tales, even growing up from whatever age, you just always heard about this one. If you ever saw a pregnant woman, you'd be like, that's a girl. She's carrying high, means it's a girl. If you're carrying low, means it's a boy. And I will show you the bump. Let's see where we're at. Let me just readjust myself here. So, what do we think? What are we thinking here? Try to like let you actually see. Carrying high or carrying low? I don't know if I can decide on this one. I would say, I'll let you decide on that one. Whether you believe that is high or low. I would say probably low. So let's just throw that in the boy category. Secondary to that is the shape of the bump. So if it is more round and wide, it's supposed to be a girl. If it looks more like a basketball, it's supposed to be a boy. And we'll do a quick little bump date again. I don't know, because like maybe I'm just not like far enough along to really decide that. I mean, from the front, you don't really see much. I would say, again, maybe a basketball, I suppose. Because I think with a girl, you would have like more up in your rib cage. Like this is my rib cage here, and then it's all sort of like down here. So we're gonna go with boy on that one again. Another point for the boy. Next one is skin changes. So we gotta get a close up. Yes, I have makeup on, but still. What do we think? They say that if you break out in acne, which obviously could be hormonal, it could be if you're more prone to having acne in general, which I'm not. I kind of only got like a pimple on my chin right before my cycle would start, which obviously has not started for a while now. If your skin is glowing, it's a boy. And that if you are breaking out with more acne, that it might be a girl. So again, this is going to be another point to the boy. Next one is hair growth. If your hair gets really thick and shiny, it's a boy. If it's dull, it's a girl. Again, I honestly haven't noticed much difference either way. I am dreading any sort of postpartum hair loss because a few years ago when I lost like 40 pounds in 8 months, at about month 3, I experienced hair loss because I was losing weight so rapidly. And I tried everything under the sun to have it grow back when really all you can do is just allow it to grow back in. So I don't know. I mean, my hair looks nice today because I've styled it a little bit and, well, slept on it and put in dry shampoo. I don't know. Is it shiny? Is it dull? I don't think that if you're a bleach blonde, your hair gets excessively shiny to begin with. I don't know. Let's give this one to the girls because I don't think it's thinned. I don't think it's thicker. I think it's the same, but it's definitely not shiny. So just for that alone, we'll say girl. The next one is heartburn. It says if you have a lot of heartburn, then it's a girl that's going to come out with a lot of hair on their head. then if you don't experience a lot of heartburn, it's a boy who is going to come out bald. Like, what does that mean? I have not had heartburn, so I guess that goes in the boy category. Some of these things, though, with my hair or with like this heartburn, I've got a really great digestive system. It's something that I oddly pride myself on. So I wouldn't get heartburn normally anyway. I suppose if I experienced extreme heartburn, then maybe I would think like, oh gosh, like maybe it's a girl. But because I don't have it, doesn't make me suddenly think it's a boy, you know? Okay. If your baby's heart rate is over 140 beats per minute, they say it's a girl. If it is under 140 beats per minute, they say it's a boy. I am pretty sure, I know the last one was definitely over 140. I think it was 143, but I'm pretty sure that it's always been, every single time I've had the baby's heart rate checked has been over 140. So that is point for the girls. The next one is the side you're sleeping on. Huh. Okay, but is it the one I fall asleep on or that I like stay asleep on? Because I flop around a lot throughout the night. They say that if you sleep on your right side, it's a girl. If you sleep on your left side, it's a boy. I fall asleep on my left because I turn my back to my husband and face the wall instead. But that has nothing to do with comfort because, to be honest, and this is not great, I am usually a stomach sleeper, and that has been something that was really hard at the beginning because I was still sleeping on my stomach before I had a bump. But then once I started growing a bump, you obviously can't sleep on your stomach. So that was a challenge for me. So I kind of go back and forth between left side and right side throughout the night, but I definitely fall asleep on the left side. So I guess that's boy. Whatever I do, do not let me fall asleep on my back because I have been so congested this whole pregnancy that I will snore. Not cute. Not a cute look. My husband has actually had to migrate to the basement on more than one occasion because of my snoring, and it's awful. I feel bad. But anyway, okay, clumsiness. Supposedly, if you're extra clumsy, it's an indicator that you're having a boy. But if you are graceful, that's an indicator you're having a girl. Well, considering just this morning alone, I dropped my car keys twice to the point where the fob broke open and the little secret spare key inside went flying. We're going to say we're a little extra clumsy. We are going to chalk that one up to a boy because that literally just happened a few hours ago. The next one is feet temperature. If you have cold feet, it's a boy. If you have warm or hot feet, it's a girl. It is the middle of summer. It's been like 40 degrees Celsius and humid and hot. So, I mean, I guess if I had cold feet in these conditions, then that would really be an indicator. But I don't know. My feet feel normal most of the time because I'm not wearing socks and it's summer. So I guess if anything, they're hot more than cold. So that is a point for the girls. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The next one is nose growth. Are you kidding me? What are you playing at? If your nose widens, it's a boy. If it stays the same, it's a girl. Well, I gotta look at myself. I don't know. It's the same. Some of these are so dumb. Okay, that's a point for the girls because I don't think my nose has widened. Breast size. I can't. Okay, I can't with these. We'll keep going, but okay, breast size. If your right breast is larger, it's a boy. If your left breast is larger, it's a girl. This one feels really random, but my left is larger. Therefore, it's a girl in this instance. However, as a woman, and women know, you kind of always have one that's a little bit bigger than the other. I mean, unless you're just like an immaculate creation, in which case, if you are, more power to you. But my left one has always been bigger. And I've noticed that like as my chest is growing to produce milk, that it's just continuously getting bigger to the point where I'm concerned that there is no milk in the right one. But is that possible that breast milk only comes in one and not the other? I don't know, because like I'm a little worried about it. If you have any insight, please let me know because yeah, so in terms of this, I've digressed. In terms of this game, point for the girl, left is bigger, but left has always been bigger, and I have genuine concern that it's the only one that's going to produce milk because it's the only one getting significantly bigger. Fun times, you know? For this one, you're supposed to dangle your wedding ring from a strand of your hair and put it over your belly. And if it goes in circles, it's a girl. If it goes back and forth, it's a boy. And I have no idea how this is going to work in terms of filming. So just be patient with me here for a second. Okay. Let me move everything else out of the way. Can we see it? Can we all see? Can we see the class? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's straighten it out. I would say that is going back and forth. Is it ever? Okay, you might not be able to see from that angle, but it is going back and forth, I can assure you. And not in a circle. So that is boy on the ring test. Okay, we're going to do a secondary version of that, and I'm going to use my pendulum. This is an Amazonite pendulum. If you don't know what a pendulum is, it's just a crystal that when you first get it, you clear the energy of it, and you ask it to show you your yes, and it will go either in a circle or whatever. Then you ask it to show you your no, and it'll do the opposite one. For me, a yes is like this. It's straight. For me, a no, it'll kind of go in a circle. So let's just try this again. And since the last one said it predicted a boy, we'll just ask that as a simple question. Is this a boy? That is a straight line. And I can promise you I'm not moving my hands. Another point for boy. There's only a couple left. This one says that if your linea nigra, am I pronouncing that correctly? I don't know. If that stops at the belly button, it's a girl. If it goes past the belly button, it's a boy. However, this one is a full null and void. We're skipping this one because I don't have one at all. And don't come at me, don't hate me, but I also don't have any stretch marks. And I have not done anything. I have not done body oil, any of that stuff, which they say doesn't work. You either get them or you don't with stretch marks. And yeah, so I don't have that line at all. And I don't have any stretch marks, which is just like, didn't see that coming, but it's also possibly because I have been overweight in my past to this size, if not bigger. So maybe my skin's just already used to it. Because when I was growing up as a teenager, I definitely got like stretch marks on like my hips. But yeah, I didn't get stretch marks on my belly. But like I said, it might be because my skin has already been stretched to this capacity in a past life. Okay, skin on your hands. This is just so silly. Anyway, skin on your hands. Dry hands, boy. Soft hands, girl. I work outside. I work with my hands a lot. I wash my hands a lot. My hands are dry, period. So I guess that's point for the boy. But, I mean, who has just like naturally soft hands without moisturizing all the time? If you do, you are like a unicorn. The next one is headaches. They say if you get frequent headaches, it's a boy. If you don't, it's a girl. I am a headache kind of gal, pregnant or not. So yes, especially in the first trimester, yes. I had more frequent headaches, so I guess we'll say boy. But it's kind of leveled off, and I don't know. If I get a symptom for anything first, whether it's a cold, whether it's a flu, whether it's just like a Tuesday, I'm going to get a headache. 3 left. Mood swings. If you are moody and emotional, do we want to guess what team they're going to put that in? It's a girl. If you are moody and emotional, it's a girl. If you're calm and chill, it's a boy. I dance in normal life between being chill but being emotional. Like, I'm a crier. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm a sensitive soul, but I'm also pretty chill for the most part. I would say there have been moments, especially in the first trimester, where I would just fall into a pit of rage. And it was never over anything rational. So I would call myself out on it to my husband. I'd be like, I am so annoyed right now, and I know that this is irrational, but this is how I'm feeling, okay? Just give me a minute. And I would calm down and chill. And he joked, because he is Irish, that it's because I've got Irish blood in me now, that maybe I've got a little bit of the Irish rage. And I was like, this kid hasn't had whiskey yet. Like, what are they raging about? But I would say I have actually been almost less emotional through this pregnancy than I usually would in my day-to-day life, which is shocking. I feel like I have been crying less. I have been overwhelmed with anxiety and things naturally a little bit more. So I've been a little more annoyed. But I would say that I have to give this point to a boy, because I have been less emotional overall than I would in my normal life, which is crazy. Like, I've just been crying less. In general, more anxious, more overwhelmed, yes. More annoyed at little things, yes. But like emotional, crying, getting really down on myself, all of the things like that, yeah, I'd say I've been pretty chill. So we're going to do a point for Team Boy. Okay, the last two are sort of not so much old wives' tales. Like, the first one is the Chinese gender chart. Listen, if we're believing in astrology, we can possibly believe in this chart, because it's something that they've used for over 700 years. And they take the month of conception and the mother's age at the point of conception. And I don't know if you can see that. They have this little chart with all of girl boy or girl boy, so that you can just predict that. So month of conception was February. Baby was conceived, this might be TMI, I don't care. Baby was conceived on February 17th, which up here in Canada is Family Day. It's a statutory holiday. They call it Family Day. It's a fairly new holiday. And I'm pretty sure they made it up just because it's the middle of Canadian winter, and I feel like they just, for mental health reasons, decided to give people a long weekend. And they've called it Family Day. So you're supposed to just like spend time with your family, which is like really lovely. So it was on that holiday Monday, on Family Day, specifically on Family Day, that we unknowingly made a family, which is really kind of magical, but like also probably TMI for, I don't know, hopefully no one in my family's watching this. Anyway, so February, month of conception, and my age conception was 40, because I turned 41 like a week later-ish. That is crazy. Okay, so February and 40 is predicting, it's this square right here. Can you see that? So the Chinese gender chart is predicting boy. And finally, we have the Mayan calendar. Again, we are going ancient, we are going traditional, we are going, it has to be accurate, right? I mean, more so than my nose widening or the size of my boobs, right? Like surely these things are wives' tales or, 700 years of tradition. It's got to be based in something. The Mayan calendar says you add your age and year of conception, and if it's even, it's a girl, and if it's odd, it's a boy. Let's pull out trusty calculator because I do not do math, period. I wonder if they mean age at the point of conception. Let's say yeah, because if it's the year of conception and your age at the moment of conception, so that is 40 plus 2025 equals 2065, which is an odd number, which is another point for the boys. Okay. Let's add it all up. In total, we have, according to the old wives' tales, 6 votes for girl and 14 votes for boys. So what do you think? Were they way off? Has it changed or swayed your guess in any sort of way? Be sure to drop your guess in the comments below, team girl or team boy, and make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss the actual reveal, because I will be sharing that very soon. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for playing along. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you have subscribed because that really helps my channel. Plus, I will be sharing more healthy recipes, more healing rituals, more home vlogs, as well as bringing you along on this pregnancy, labor, birth, all of the things on this journey with me. I'm so grateful to have you here, and we'll see you in the next video.